It all started a week ago, in a room flooded with people of all grades at Victoria Park Collegiate Institute, a fairly well-known high school in the city of Toronto. In front of a crowd of students stood 13 members of the SLC, short for Student Leadership Council. The SLC stood before us to announce that elections would be taking place to elect a new council for the following year. They talked about all the different positions and rules to follow when campaigning. I was amongst the group of eager students ready for a spot on the new council. However, the difference was that I'd come back from a previous loss to try again. My name is Kayla Dobrev, and for the first time, I was running to be grade 9 representative in my first month of high school. I lost this election and was quite saddened. However, after meeting lots of inspiring people at a leadership retreat, I decided I'd try again. The words of one girl who stood out to me in particular were stuck in my mind. There are only so many opportunities. Don't let them pass you by. She also told me that if I didn't win this election, she could help me get an executive position at an organization she founded. At this time, I thought, well, I will definitely win this election. I had so many new ideas and better approaches. I was very confident in myself. Campaigning week quickly approached, and I worked long nights to get my posters and name tags ready. The bare and colorless walls of Victoria Park CI became a collage of posters. The photos of different candidates were seen in every direction, and amongst the crazy collection, my smiling face beamed down at the students. It said, "Vote Kayla Dobrev for grade 10 rep," in big blue letters followed by a picture. I also had lots of supporters who wore my name tags of all different colors. "We're your walking billboards," Tatiana, a friend of mine, joked. Indeed they were, and that's only for visuals. I have no clue how many times I've said, "Vote for Kayla Dobrev," followed by what I'd offer them if elected. The speech day put an end to a tough campaigning period, and at this time I was feeling pretty excited. I rehearsed my speech and was ready to present my platform to the student body. The 7 other candidates and I came early to begin the preparations for our speech. It finally came time for my moment to shine when the president called,
"Next we have Kayla Dobrev."
The podium stood in front of me, and a spotlight almost blinded my view, yet I was so excited that I put everything I had into that 1-minute speech. There in the front row of the audience, I locked eyes with the girl who gave me the words of wisdom and the motivation to not give up. She gave me a reassuring smile, and soon I was finished and took a seat. The results for this election did not come out the same day as promised, which only left me more eager and hopeful. I knew that I'd done my best this time around, and lots of peers supported me. The following day, gathered in the staff room, were all the different candidates who participated in this year's election. My heart was racing so quickly it made me shake. Our school principal came out to announce the winners.
Without further ado, I will read out the names of our new council in no particular order. For grade 10 rep, we have Aaron McClellan.
At this moment, the world just stopped, and I could only pick out several pairs of eyes gleaming at me in sympathy. My best friend sitting beside me hugged me and told me I did great. This only made me want to cry more, and I did everything in my power to stop the tears from pouring. I hadn't responded to anyone who said anything to me. All I knew was that my heart was sinking, and I wanted to just run out of the room. When we got out, I said to my best friend Rebecca, "I tried so hard not to cry in there, and I don't know why I feel like this. This never happened last year." She hugged me and said,
"Well, the more you try, the harder it will hit."
At this, I could not hold my tears any longer, and I began to cry loudly with her holding me. Other candidates came out and were looking at me worried.
"You are amazing," they said.
I wanted to say something, but it was like my mouth was taped shut, and I ended up unwillingly ignoring them. A small crowd gathered around Rebecca and I in the halls, and everyone seemed to be saying, "It's okay." Or at least, I think that's what they said. The whole scene was a blur to me, because once I started crying, I couldn't stop. I was like the Niagara Falls. Rebecca stayed with me the entire time, and despite her loss for the position of secretary, she seemed rather calm and happy. Friends said similar things they did to me, but she reacted in the opposite manner. She gave them a big smile and said,
"Vote for Rebecca next year,"
and laughed. I was thinking to myself, how can she do that? Was she not sad at all? The walk from my locker seemed to drag on forever. I had my hands covering my face while tears endlessly flowed down my face. I wasn't standing up straight either, like I normally do. I just wanted to hide from the whole world. I thought that the results had destroyed my entire life, and I never stopped crying even for 5 minutes that day. I got home and found several messages on Facebook from friends who supported me. Reading them got me to feel even more upset, and I cried hurtfully, alone in my room. I don't remember talking to anyone much after that afternoon, not even my parents. All I could think about was giving it my all and losing in the end. I was devastated. And this was one of the saddest times I could ever remember. Then, I found a message from the girl who motivated me all this time. She said she'd lost 4 times and that I should never give up. Her message again, like her words before, moved me and made me feel like I wasn't alone. I felt so lucky to have her. However, this didn't change my mood much. I did ponder about what she'd said. I remember crying myself to sleep that night. I woke up the next day feeling really dizzy and started recounting the events that took place the day before. I had stopped crying, although my eyes started swelling. I thought while lying down, I don't regret running for SLC, despite all my sadness. I read the message again, words that got me to think positively during my devastation. I thought back to the previous day, and I knew that if I could relive this day, I'd make it a great one. And I now know that there are many other possibilities, and as long as I don't disqualify myself, I'll keep moving forward. I imagined myself smiling at my friends even after a loss and feeling happy, feeling that I'd given my all and that's all that matters. Thank you for all your support, I said, my train of thought, and I was actually communicating with people. I didn't hide from myself anymore, but instead I stood confidently, ready to face what was ahead of me. Instead of tears streaming down from my eyes, I wore a smile on my face and was thinking about all the new things that I'd learned and gained. I might have lost, but I was definitely a winner. I'm also going to try again. I'll try until I succeed and be happy while getting there. If this were the situation, maybe everyone wouldn't feel so sorry for me. People would probably think, wow, she's so brave, even after that devastating loss. I feel so thankful for my friends who listened attentively to the little things I said and put my needs first before their own. But who am I kidding? This was just a daydream. I did not come out of that staff room feeling happy at all. However, I know now that this is what I'll be aiming for the next time I run for SLC. I'll be a confident, brave, and successful young lady.